So, good day everyone. I'm Ashley Sambas from BSIT2C and this is my final performance task for Datacom. So, let's get started. So, in the topology, the company's network uses a star bus hybrid topology organized in a three-tier core distribution access hierarchy. So at the center is a layer 3 multi-layer switch which connects to layer 2 access switches in each department through 8021Q trunk links. So this layout keeps hardware faults localized and makes the network easy to expand later. So sa VLANs, to organize and separate network traffic, I divided the network into 4 VLANs. So VLAN 10 for admin, and VLAN 20 for IT, and VLAN 30 is for sales niya. VLAN 99 is the native management VLAN used for switch control traffic. So each VLAN acts as its own broadcast domain, which nga magpa-improve sa both security and performance. So next, sa IP addressing, I use the private class C network 192.168.1.0/24 and applied a 26 subnet mask, which gives us 4 subnets of 62 usable hosts each. Yeah. Ang admin gets 192.168.1.0 and IT gets 192.168.1.64. Sales gets 192.168.1.128. Yang management kay 192.168.1.192. This structure makes addressing clean, predictable, and efficient. Yang sa routing kay between VLANs, I implemented inter-VLAN routing using switch virtual interfaces or SVIs on the multi-layer switch. Yeah. Each VLAN gets a virtual interface that acts as its default gateway. So for future external connections, OSPF can be added to automatically handle route updates. Yeah. Next kay ang configuration. Ang first step kay mag-create sa VLANs on the access switches. So nag-assign ko each VLAN its ID and name, kanang admin, IT, sales, and management. Then I set the ports connecting to user devices to access mode and bind each one to its correct VLAN. So this immediately separates department traffic at the port level. Yeah. Next guys, the uplink ports connecting the access switches to the distribution switch are configured as 802.1Q trunks. So this allows traffic from all VLANs to travel over a single cable while staying properly tagged. I also changed the native VLAN from the default VLAN 1 to VLAN 99 to prevent VLAN hopping attacks. Yeah. Next guys, multi-layer switch, I enable IP routing and create SVIs for VLAN 10, 20, and 30. Yeah. Each SVI is assigned the gateway IP for its subnet. For example, 192.168.11 sa admin. Yeah, when device in sales needs to talk sa admin, ang packet goes to the SVI gateway, crosses the backplane, and arrives at the destination VLAN almost instantly. Yeah. Finally, nag-set up ko DHCP pools on the core switch, one for each subnet. So each pool provides the correct gateway, subnet mask, DNS, and lease time automatically to connected devices. Static IPs for printers and servers are excluded from the pool, so they're never accidentally reassigned. Next guy, the most likely cause is that the SVI for VLAN 10 or VLAN 20 kay ma-shutdown. So packets have no gateway to route through. It could also be a trunk misconfiguration where one of those VLANs isn't allowed on the trunk link. The fix is to run shows IP interface brief to check SVI status and shows interfaces trunk to verify the allowed VLAN list. So, this means nga ang rogue DHCP server is present. So, for example, someone accidentally plugged in a home router backwards. So, when a device sends a DHCP, discover that unauthorized devices respond first and hands out a wrong IP. So, the fix is to enable DHCP snooping on the switches, which marks all user ports as untrusted and only allows DHCP offers from the official uplink port. So, if the routing table is missing a network, it usually means na ang interface is administratively down or a network statement is missing from the routing protocol config. So, running shows IP route and show IP interface brief will reveal which interface is down. So, then no shutdown brings it back up. Then the route reappears in the table automatically. Next kay why VLANs matter. So, ang VLAN segmentation is important because it keeps broadcast traffic contained within departments. Without it, a broadcast storm or malware in sales could affect admin and IT as well. VLANs create logical borders that improve both security and bandwidth efficiency across the entire network. So, sa dynamic routing and scalability, with static routing, an admin would have to manually update every router every time the network has changes. So, dynamic routing protocols like OSPF do this automatically na. So, if a link fails, OSPF detects it and recalculates a new path in seconds. This makes it much easier to grow the network without rebuilding routing from scratch. So, next ay, if no IP plan, chaos na siya. So, without a proper IP address planning, you get overlapping subnets, routing conflicts, and wasted address space. Troubleshooting becomes nearly impossible because there's no pattern to identify where a device belongs. A structured subnetting plan keeps the network organized, scalable, and easy to manage. So that's gonna my complete network design and troubleshooting case analysis. Thank you for watching and thank you, Miss Bardon, for this final task. See you guys. Opa.